Hey, what's up guys and girls? Yes, it's your main man JB, and in this video I'm going to be painting this wall, this papered wall, with this Zinsser 3-in-1 wallpaper cover-up paint. Now I'm at the customer's house and I'm decorating this whole dining room lounge area, and I've got two walls just like this that are papered. And before I came to the job they said, we've got some paint, you can use it, you don't have to use it. Now I have painted over wallpaper before with the emulsion that I'm painting the wall, and yes, it does bubble up, but then it does settle down and it dries flat. I don't usually have an issue with it, but today I'm going to give this stuff a go. There's quite a bit in there. I've got quite a bit to do just behind over there, but I think that'll be enough, and I'm actually quite excited about giving this a go. The smart way to paint over wallpaper. Yeah, all-in-one primer, sealer and stain block. A high hiding primer that obliterates wallpaper print with a smooth, matte, off-white finish. Use under any coloured emulsion. No stripping needed. Well, I'm keeping my clothes on while I do this. I don't see why they would even suggest I've got to take my clothes off. Now this is a solvent-based product, so be really careful not to get this anywhere. I've got one of my solvent-based brushes just for a little bit of cutting in around these shelves here. I'm not really too worried about the top line here or the bottom line, because the skirting is actually being painted in a white anyway, so I'm not worried about getting this a little bit on the skirting. It'll probably work as a really good seal actually, like when I do skirting and walls, cover it with undercoat, and then it reduces the amount of caulking and what have you need doing. So that's great. Yeah, a little bit of cutting in. I'm going to use this kind of woolly roller. It does suggest a microfiber one, but I haven't got a small microfiber one at the moment. But I think this will work just as well. This is great for sort of gloss paints anyway, so there's no reason why that shouldn't work well. And because I haven't got a large area of wall to do, I don't want to use a big roller and a big kettle, so I've just got this kind of large, I think that's like a 6-inch mini roller tray, so that's what I'm going to use. So let's get this paint stirred up and let's get it on the wall. So it has settled a bit. Yeah, it's quite smelly. Being a solvent based, it's quite a smelly paint. So do get some windows open, get some circulation, air circulation going on. Well, it just feels like it goes on like a solvent based gloss or satin anyway, so it doesn't feel much difference there. Yeah, it's going on okay. Right, that's all the cutting in finished, so I'm going to go ahead now, start getting this on with the roller. So it's looking good. You can definitely tell that there's a lot of pigment in there to really help cover up the wallpaper. So I'm hoping with only one coat of this Zinsser wallpaper cover-up, I'm only going to need to do 2 coats of the actual wall paint that I'm going to be using. It is a quality wall paint, that's for sure. Right, so there we go. Got that coat on there, looking pretty good, covered it really well, and I think with 2 top coats on top of that it'll be great. Obliterates wallpaper print, I think I've already covered that. Prevents blistering of wallpaper, so I cannot see any blisters on that wall, which you usually get a couple even if wallpaper is stuck down really well. When you put emulsion over the top, you do get the odd bubble here and there, but actually that looks really good. So we've got no blistering and blocks water soluble stains. That's another thing with wallpaper, isn't it? If you've got a stain on there, water stain or a bit of blue tack or something, it always leaves a bit of a stain on there, but so far that's looking pretty good. So we'll come back later on and we'll stick some paint on it. Now it has been a couple of days since I put this paint on the wall. I've been doing other stuff in the meantime, and as you can see the print is still coming through, but it has left it with a really nice finish and it just hasn't bubbled or anything. It just feels a bit like matte paint, to be honest, and I'm sure it's sealed it really well, and actually it has allowed me to fill a couple of holes and sand the filler down without actually ruining the paint or the wallpaper, which sometimes you do find if you're trying to fill holes in wallpaper and you fill it and then rub it, it starts taking the paper off. So this is giving it a really hard wearing surface, and this looks absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to get some paint on here in a minute, but one thing to consider is that it does say on the tin, or should I say it doesn't say on the tin, to do 2 coats. It just says to use a good quality paint, and I have got a good quality paint to go on here. So yeah, 1 coat is all you need, it seals it, so I'm hoping that I'm going to get really good results by putting the paint on. So let's cut this in and roll the paint on. Well, that's the cutting in done, and already I'm really impressed, so can't wait to see what it looks like once I've rolled the rest on. Fantastic, check that out. That is really good, that coverage is perfect. Obviously it's going to need another coat, because if you're going to put 2 coats on a different colour anyway, I'm always going to use 2 coats minimum. And the fact that it was already quite dulled and white, with a little bit of the colour coming through the wallpaper, even 1 coat's done really, really well. So a second coat will look absolutely perfect. But I won't bore you with that, but certainly you can see after 1 coat, that is superb. Well, there you go. It's a Zinsser 3-in-1 wallpaper cover-up, the smart way to paint over wallpaper. Fantastic. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. Do leave me any questions or comments in the comments box below. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed already. That would be absolutely amazing. And yeah, guess I'll see you on the next video, guys. Catch you later.